Hello friends, and welcome back to the game. We are playing I Spy at Zion, where just like you remember from being a kid, I am going to look at something that is sort of hiding in plain sight, and I'm going to challenge you to go and to try and find this thing. We have had some ones that were relatively easy, but probably things that you pass by all the time and didn't notice. We've had some that maybe were a little bit more challenging that you might have recognized the picture of, but had to go scouting around to try and figure out where you saw that last. The one that I'm going to offer you today might be the easiest one I have ever offered, but I'm not trying to give you some low-hanging fruit. I'm not intentionally trying to make this easy. It's just this one has such a good backstory. So here is a picture of what I am spying. Does it look familiar to you? The reason I am showing you this cross, which certainly seems like it could be from anywhere, right? It's a church. There should be crosses all over the place. This is exactly why I want to show you this particular cross. I came from a tradition where crosses were very common. As a matter of fact, I would say the theology that probably most shaped me was a theology of the cross. It was hard to talk about Jesus without talking about the cross, and therefore crosses have always sort of had a very prominent place in the buildings I've been in and in the traditions that I've been in. So I was rather shocked when I first came to Zion when there didn't seem to be a lot of prominent crosses around the building. There are some smaller ones. There are some decorative ones. We might have little ones in the office, in my office, sitting on desktops. When we have the communion table out, we put a little tabletop cross there. But like I said, these are all rather small, and there's never, some churches, some sanctuaries you go into, and there's just a big cross. It is almost the focal point of worship. So I was just kind of having this conversation and lamenting with people years ago, and then all of a sudden, one day, Byron Davis brought in this cross. He had made this particular cross. It's bigger than a table topper cross, but it isn't huge. It isn't something that is going to dangle from the rafters and be larger than life, something that is like 60 feet tall. But at the same time, it is something that I bet almost everybody sees, but hardly anybody even pays attention to anymore. It is disguised a little bit. I mean, there are other things around it, as you'll see, even in the picture. The background is a wooden color as well, just like the cross. So sometimes the cross sort of blends into the background. I am not going to tell you exactly what room it's in, but let's just say this. People of all stripes can play this particular game of I Spy and not have to traverse a lot of steps or take elevator rides or those kinds of things. This one, even if you're not looking for it, you just might find. It's just a matter of opening your eyes. And that's kind of the reason we play this game. This is for people who are in our building on a regular basis, and it's supposed to help you be a little bit more alert and attentive to just the beauty and the artistry and the different gifts that have been given to not just beautify our space, but to lead us into more of a mindset of worship. It's also for people who maybe are in the area but aren't in our building very often. When you come in, you can maybe look around and look for things, notice things, feel like some things are familiar because you've seen them in these videos. For our members who have been homebound for some time, this is an opportunity to get a little bit of a nostalgic review of things that you would have seen while you were here in worship with us. And for those people who can't be here, who just watch online from a distance, and will never be able to be in our building and haven't ever been in our building. Hopefully, this gives you a little bit of a flavor of what Zion is like as far as its geographic landscape is concerned. So keep looking around. If you see this thing, if you know the history of this thing, if you remember this gift from Byron and his woodworking and craftsmanship, then by all means comment in the section below. Please don't spoil it for anybody. And if you recognize this and appreciate this, feel free to catch me on a Sunday morning if you are in person with us. And just let me know kind of your thoughts and feelings and appreciation for this particular piece. Again, we are a people of the cross. We are disciples of Jesus, and Jesus calls all those who would come after him to pick up our own crosses and to follow after. So may this be a little bit of inspiration for you. And I look forward to spying something new. I will see you in the next video. And until then, may the peace of God be with you. Amen.